Okay, so if we're all settled in, then I'll call this meeting to order. You got that ready to go? All right. So the meeting's called to order at 3:29. And so since we are playing a little bit of catch up from the last two meetings, we're going to start with we'll do roll call first, and then we'll just go straight into looking at these past couple minutes so we can get them approved. Councilman Fitzpatrick is present. Commissioner Galvin.
Present.
Commissioner Reynolds. Commissioner Pozos. Commissioner Moore.
Present.
Commissioner Lang. Commissioner Patrick is present. Commissioner Smith.
Present.
Commissioner Dobrowolski.
Present.
And we do have a couple of visitors. We have Miss Maria, I think from MC High.
That's my niece, y'all.
From MC High?
Yeah.
From MC High. And then we have State Farm Agent Andrew Mitchell.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
My State Farm Agent is better than yours. Okay. All right. And I think that's about it. I didn't hear anything from Commissioner Pozos, and I didn't hear anything from Commissioner Lane. I know he is. It is around the time for them to get ready to go back to school. So after today, we'll see what happened, and then if we have to, we'll go back to FaceTiming them like we've been doing. Also, concerning our 9th member, we are still waiting on the social status. Right. They wanted to have someone to us by this meeting, I think it was, but I don't think that happened like they wanted to. So I'll reach back out to Ms. Troutman to see what we can get for that, so we can have a full commission once in.
Were you able to drop in on any of their meetings?
No, I was not able to. And I know everything was kind of like in limbo during all the transitions. So I think the stuff should be posted up out there, right?
Sure.
Should be okay. And then so I'll reach out to her, and then I think that's it concerning all of our commission members. Okay, so we can just start with December 2nd's minutes. Just let's look over them to see if there's anything wrong. I do know that there were a couple grammar errors or spelling name that was pointed out. Other than that, if there's anything else, starting with December 2nd.
With December 2nd,
Okay.
should the social statuses with that whole thing, should that be capitalized or just leave it like that?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. And since it says Miss Latina Troutman, MISS, should it be, never mind. Wait. Should it be MISS Troutman? Instead of MS? Or does it matter?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Alright. And then Lebesnik, was that spelled wrong?
Most likely.
Because I was thinking of the place over
Yeah,
there.
that's spelled wrong.
Okay. That's all I saw.
Yeah, they are. They're two different families.
Oh.
Anyone else see anything else here? Okay, if there's nothing else, we can move on to December 19th, which was Tuesday. Does anyone see anything wrong with these? All right. And so what we'll be doing is, because I think now since we will be caught up, so we can have things just moving along, we'll just have our meetings through our group meeting, so we can just all look at them real quick before the meeting. If we see anything, then they can quickly be changed or whatnot like that. If there's nothing else, I think we can draw these up for a vote or to approve them. Do I have a motion?
A motion to approve the 2 past meetings minutes.
Second that, anyone?
I second the motion.
All right. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That is approved. All right, so now looking forward to what we have now. Okay, I see it. Okay, so old business here. We have our committee email, which I was able to go down there to sanitation, and I talked to Eddie Mechanic, and we have our credentials for our email. So we have, was it 4 different social media platforms that we want to set up on?
Mm-hmm.
Those being
Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook.
Okay, and now that we have it, and everyone is still aware of who will be kind of grouping with which with each social media platform.
Because I have
Is that still
Instagram.
okay? And then I think we need to, Ms. Doporowski, she has to, if she wants to help with one of them, because I don't think she was here during that time. Because what we did was we kind of grouped them up between different people, like their expertise, because their personals just be hopping.
Or whichever one you want me to do. I can.
So for that, once we get everything all set up, we have to, we'll call this help desk number, and they'll back it up to be archived, everything that we have going on here, so that can be in the cloud, or whatever you want to call it. And so if you all want that, I can give that to you, because I have it right here. And so what will happen is, you'll just log on, and I can explain it all to you off the record, off the camera here. But I do have that. And then also, once that happens, I think we were kind of talking about how we wanted to fill all of our platforms with an introduction of who we are, maybe that being, and I think for me personally, it's just my opinion, I think the best way to do that is some sort of video, so we all may have our different opinions on it, we can discuss that. So that's regarding the committee email. Any questions, concerns about that?
So once we just get everybody in the committee together, we can all eventually make a video together, one by one, explaining that kind of
Right.
thing. So we just have to wait for everybody, for a full commission for that to happen.
Kind of, yeah.
Or can it just be a few? Because it could just be 5 or 6.
Yeah, they can,
do that.
because we this is the beginning of the year. We want to come out really strong, like we talked about last year, because this is 2020 is kind of our year for our youth commission, if you will, because we only have so much time now, since we were kind of, had to be done. We had to prep up until now. So, yeah. Anything else concerning the committee email? Nothing else? Okay. Moving on to fundraiser info. We had a great discussion with Commissioner Smith and the silent disco. That was an awesome idea. We got a lot of groundwork covered on that, and she did some great research for us, and she presented that to us, and I think that was something that we wanted to roll with. Commissioner, do you want to say anything on regards to that? Reiterate some things and kind of brush up the public on what we discussed?
We're planning on hosting a silent disco party, and it's just when you have headphones from different channels, and so if you wanted to listen to yellow and the genre was like rock and roll, you could choose that, or if you wanted to change it to blue, which was rap, you could change it to that. And like, you have the lights and stuff like that, but you don't have any outside music. It's only what you're listening to, so no one can judge you on what you're listening to, because it's with you. You could like dance with people who all have yellow or anything like that. And we're planning on having it at the YMCA, since it's bigger and has multiple gyms, and we can split it within the age groups. Might be charging, was it $10? $10?
Yeah, so it was $10.
And then 15 at the door.
And then 15 at the door, correct. And I think we left, did we? No. And then did we say 20 for families? Yeah, we said 20 for families, yeah. And that'd be based off of like tickets, so that we can get a gauge on who all will be coming, so that we can prep for
Using
food and drink and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Lebesnik, he gave us a great idea. We always want to plan, I think what did he say, 12%, 5%? above what we want, so we can have kind of cushion if there's anything else that we need. I don't remember the exact percent.
Did
Well,
you
it's
guys have a
20%.
date?
20%.
Did you guys have a date yet? Or you still?
No, I think it's somewhere around March, maybe April-ish, probably.
We did say that around March, or I think it was around March. But as far as for the, from what Mr. Lebesnik presented to us with the give back, yes, the give back was sometime in January. So we were trying to probably push for, I don't know, January.
And the social media should be soon, like having our emails and stuff
Right.
real soon.
Right, and so we can kind
It's
of,
already a 6.
because we said to give them at least 2 weeks, but we wanted to give them 3, so we have enough time as well.
To promote, yeah.
Right. So, with that being said, we can probably try to trigger down a date for that today, so we can get everything rolling. It's the 6th today, and so I don't know. For us, it'd be what's the best day? You know, probably a Friday. I don't know. You know, we have the location pinned down. We want it to be Franklin because that's the spot that has a lot of stuff. A lot of people moving through there, a lot of cars. So probably it'd just be the best day for us,
Say
basically.
Friday.
Which I think it'd be a Friday as well. And then we want to move as much as Michigan City that direction as we can for the dinner hours. And then so we have Friday, and so now we need actual date. Did anyone have any suggestions?
Question. So it's only dinner, it's not like morning all the way to like not 24 hours?
Right, so it'd be the dinner rush. And so we at that
4?
Pardon?
Like 4?
Whatever they say whenever their dinner rush is, which they'll give us the time, and so between that time, that's when we want to push the most people there.
Okay.
The dudes around like 4 or 5 sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
But that seems to be time sensitive, so you guys may want to make a decision so you could get that back to them and then give yourselves time to promote the event.
Right. So if we can nail a date down today, like a date, an actual date that we want to do.
Calendar anywhere? Is it like on a Friday? So?
Yeah, we want to do it Friday.
The 25th? Or
Yeah,
the
the
Saturday,
25th.
24th?
Yeah,
Or the
that.
24th or 31st. Between
You want to shoot for later?
You want to shoot for the 31st?
Yeah.
That gives
all
us
month.
ample
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
time.
once a month, yeah.
Right. So let's shoot for the 31st then. The January the 31st, that's a Friday.
So then you just have to confirm that and then,
Correct.
so you'll know by the next meeting, or you guys will have it figured out
Right.
and just start.
I'll work
I'll
on
work
that
on
this week, actually. I'll work on that.
But in the meantime, in terms of promoting this, well,
So-
what should we do first? Should it be video presenting ourselves on social media platforms or McDonald's Give Back Night first?
So we most definitely want to start by presenting who we are
Right.
before we say, hey, come give us some money, if that makes any sense.
So should we do this video thing within maybe this week sometime? We can all get together,
What I'm
meet.
thinking of, sorry, continue.
No,
sorry.
go ahead. you're
Oh,
fine.
okay. So you know those videos on the commercials where someone's like, I just bought a car, and then like it's different backgrounds each time.
Right.
So like you could be like walking down like Franklin Street and recording yourself like, hey, like I'm blah blah blah, this is what I do, and then like Nathan, you could do it like in different areas of Michigan City that's like real popular. So like it shows that like we're involved in some like
Something
I like that.
creative. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, I love whatever you're talking about right now. Just create, because it sounds creative. We want to be creative. We are, like I said, we want to put our print. We are the Michigan City Youth Leadership Commission. Don't get it twisted, basically.
So, but
This
if
is-
you guys are gonna like do individual videos and then kind of put them together, try to figure out something common, like either the perspective or the camera, maybe something that you're wearing, so it kind of signifies who you are, you know, collectively, but as an individual. So when you put it together, it doesn't seem like it's all over the place.
like the red shirts.
I mean, not necessarily that, but just
Those are kind of like our event.
Oh.
Kind of like our event. I don't know. Like we all have our different, you know, we all have like our different personas about us. Like
Yeah.
you know, cool guy.
yeah.
You know, you got the.
Suits.
I mean, we're all different in our own way.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys
I just can't
think it over and you
Right.
gotta figure out that. But
Maybe if we want to do something, I don't know. You know, this may seem corny. I don't know, but like I don't know, like name
well, what I mean,
I don't know.
the main thing is
magnetic.
make
name
sure your
badges, I don't know.
the main thing I was getting at was make sure your videos are consistent. Like
Right.
you can't be in like something low res and then you're in 4K because then when you try to put it together, it's gonna look like that.
It's gonna look crazy,
It will
right?
mess the flow of the
So-
presentation.
Basically, what we probably want to do is we want to do this together with one thing.
It could be all in this area, like all uptown Michigan City.
Lighthouse, beach,
Yeah.
library, maybe.
Mhm.
In front of these places.
Right.
Yeah.
And then maybe say if you guys all have, say like if you pre-write something and you all say it the same exact thing and, you know, like lead with your names or something like that, but you all say the same thing and then like it could be like a video montage
Right.
Yeah.
or something like that.
And so-
you're kind of giving your message out there, but it's each one of you individually at different locations
Right.
representing yourself, but reflective of the commission.
Right. And then I was just kind of like pop in my head, like you said, like that whole montage thing. Like I think like we're saying the same thing at the end. It's just like, you know, breaks up into, you know, I don't know however many different screens. You know, we are, you know, Michigan City Youth Leadership or something like that. We are MC. I like that acronym, MCYL. We are MCYL.
Right.
You know,
all at the same time.
some yeah, like just broke. We are, you know.
I don't
after
have
we
the-
get done talking about whatever.
the video editing skills for that. Who's
I mean, I'll donate some
Yeah,
time
come
if that's
on.
what it takes, but you know some people, so don't
Right.
play.
Okay. I know someone.
But you just need a similar format is really the biggest thing.
So we're repeating because, like, this reminds me of improv. Like, we would have a game where I'd be like I, and you say am, and then you'd be like Gabe. So it's like you're like finishing the sentence. Are we doing like that, or is it?
I would say more like we each get our individual
Just
15
think,
seconds. Just introduce
Oh,
ourselves.
okay.
say like if you were saying, just as an example, say if you were saying a pledge of allegiance. Everyone said the pledge, and then as you're presenting it, it'll be you saying this part, then you saying this part, then back to you, and then he says the part, then he says
Oh, okay.
part. But it's all the
Right.
same verbiage. It's
Okay.
just how you.
So really, we already did the hard work. We already have our script, if you will.
Mhm.
We already have that, which we'll get to in a few seconds here. And really, with the details, we can kind of hash that out kind of later. We can all hash that out. But I do think we want to be all together, and we can just go around together. Too, you did say something. I'm not sure. I know for sure we want to do some uptown, but so we can show that, you know, like all of Michigan City is us too. I don't know if there's some things we can find out, you know, on other
the
parts of Michigan
boulevards
City.
stuff?
I don't know, you know.
There are landmarks all over. the
Yeah,
city.
so I kind of think we want to spread all
Should we
across
do
the
like
city.
the high
'cause it's-
school as one of them?
Yeah,
Mhm.
For like the youth part?
that's like our main,
The high schools.
the high school, you know, yeah.
Elston,
Yeah, my main thing is we want to be all over Michigan City, not just because that's kind of some of our, you know, people's deal. You know, why is everything going to just a certain, we're part of Michigan City too. And so if we have to be the ones to actually show people that we are, let's do it. You know, we are part, this is all of Michigan City here.
Yeah.
So,
So we should do it this week though.
let's do it. You
And
know?
in terms of a script, should we
So,
let's take charge of that?
So we're gonna get to it. So we can just move on now from fundraiser info. So moving on from that, we're now into our mission statement and slogan.
Yes, okay.
And so she has that, and I don't know if we want to. We can work on something, but this is.
And you guys don't have to be stuck on that. That was the idea.
What mission statement?
No, not the mission statement, just the idea of you guys saying
Oh,
something.
okay.
Yeah, that's. Don't get hung up on that.
Can you hand that?
But with the brackets, oh, you don't gotta get what you want.
Okay.
But with the brackets, this is like optional. So I don't like if you want to correct me, I don't know if you want to start a sentence for a while. But it shows Michigan City's Youth Leadership Commission's purpose is to empower our local youth through advocacy, reassurance, and knowledge. And I wanted to like basically sum it up in a sentence, but there's more we can add on to this. So if you guys want to like pick and pull it apart or anything, or if you think it's off or anything like that, because this is what me, Commissioner Lane and Reynolds did.
Okay. And so I have no problem with this. The only thing is, because I've been told this a lot, that I kind of have to serve it up in a way that all people can understand it. Like advocacy, reassurance, knowledge is okay, but maybe kind of
Layman's terms?
yes,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
And some of that I even got from Councilman Fitzpatrick. You got to serve them up in a way that.
Gotta be smart as a fifth grader. Not smarter.
Try.
But other than just serving up in, like you said, layman's terms, I think all this is great while promoting, providing, and protecting the innocence of the youth.
I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this kind of the thing that's going to go on our social media?
And another thing too to think about is, I don't know if we want, because if someone's reading this, they're clearly under Michigan City Youth Leadership Commission's whatever. So I don't know, because we want to grip them in. I don't know if gripping them in is like going through Michigan City Youth Leadership Commission's purposes or maybe just starting off with our purpose.
Okay.
What's our purpose? What's your purpose? That'll get for me personally, like, if I'm reading Michigan City, am I already under this site or whatever? Right.
And then I kind of like what you said at the end. We are MCYL.
Yes,
Put that
we
out.
are
It's a good ending.
MCYL.
Leaves a good.
So that'll be actually that's kind of our email, mcyl@emichigancity.com. Because he's like, well, what do you want up for? I just like mcyl@emichigancity.com. But anyway, anything else on the mission statement? It's pretty awesome, actually. It really is. It's just like I can't, keep talking about more how we just want to come in with a presence like our youth really hasn't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that, hi, we're part of Michigan City government and here this is what we want to do. No, this is who we are as people wanting to do for you, other people, our peers.
Right. Okay, so.
And then also too, as you saw, I sent something through GroupMe that we have to also keep in mind that we have a whole different set of people that, if you will, that we kind of want to appeal to. Since we have a new administration, we want to appeal to a whole new, different batch of people, if that makes any sense. Because we want cash from these people. We want, we want to see, okay, if you're doing something in regards to the city and some of that's going to the city, can we get some of that too? Because we want to grow this. So.
Also, it'll be useful to help empower the youth of the city, like your mission statement says. So it all comes to full circle, I think.
Yeah, this is great. Really is. Okay, anything else regarding our mission statement and our slogan?
So what's the slogan?
Yeah, what's our
We are MCL.
Yeah, I think we should go with that.
I think so.
I like that slogan.
We are MCYL.
Bam.
That's awesome. Okay. So is there anything else regarding our mission statement and slogan?
Are you getting like a picture?
Pardon?
Like a picture? Like a picture? Like a
Photo.
icon or something? I don't know.
Like a bus?
No, like
Oh, an icon?
Like a slogan?
Oh, what'd you have in mind?
Oh, like a design or something,
Yeah,
like a
kinda like
Nike
Nike,
swoosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Logo.
A
Logo.
There we go.
But like, does anyone have anything in mind?
Maybe just MCYL placed like neatly on top of each other in a way. You know how I don't know.
Kind of like a high schooly type thing. If that makes any
Yes, right,
sense.
right,
Like with
yeah.
the letters MC.
I think we'd have to go in and play with it. Like,
I was gonna say, why don't you guys
Yeah.
put your ideas together
Yeah.
and
Right.
come up with something instead of trying to do it on
Right.
the fly right now.
right. We'll think about that later.
Right.
Yeah, we just have to go and play with it. Go on one of those logo building websites. You know, you can just
Yeah.
make it there.
Or you guys all independently jot down what you think or how you know, what your vision of it is, and then see where you guys are, you know, where the intersections are.
Okay.
Did we?
So we're adopting these in for sure then. That's a sure thing, guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So if we want to, if this is a sure thing, and I think we are all good on it, except for the, you know, if it's what I said with the advocacy and reassurance, if we can reword that, you know, so it's other than that, I think we are really good to go on everything else.
Should we just do that now?
So if
Might
we
as well
could-
get-
Anyone know any synonyms?
Okay.
Anything similar
Michigan
to
City
it?
Youth Leadership Commission purpose is to empower.
And then we can just draw it to a vote, and we have it.
Hello.
Commissioner Pozos, do you have yours? So Commissioner Pozos, we just have, we were just going over our mission statement.
Okay.
So if you wanna look at it. And then we had 2 meetings worth of minutes that we approved. And we have a couple against Ms. Maria from MCHS and then State Farm Agent Andrew Mitchell.
I can understand.
And basically from the agenda, you'll just kind of see what we were just talking about. We have our committee email, and we just talked about more about our fundraising info, the deciding this vote, and now we're just on that.
Sorry, proceed. I'm looking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
I
thought we were still-
apologize. I'm looking. Whoa.
So we're just on here right now, so if you had a quick chance to read it. So with Michigan City Youth Leadership Commission, we were kind of gonna just change it to our purpose, kind of just to draw people, like our purpose is, because the thought was, you know, they're already under Michigan City, you know, the Youth Commission's website or whatever, so we don't have to restate, you know, it's just our purpose is get right into it.
But if you're somewhere where outside of the city's website or some other kind of publication or something,
I think it can be interchangeable, if that makes any sense.
so sometimes it's omitted, other times it's in. So now, are you guys gonna vote to adopt this now, or?
Yeah, I think.
Once we come up with some synonyms,
Yeah, with the
yeah.
synonyms for advocacy, we could do like support and then reassurance comfort. So our local youth through through support, comfort, and knowledge.
Support.
If that's good with you guys.
Support, comfort, and knowledge.
I mean, I
I like support and knowledge.
like
Yeah.
advocacy still. I mean,
I like advocacy.
I don't think advocacy is too complex for us.
No, I don't think so either.
Sometimes
Actually,
reassurance
no,
can be
So we can change that to comfort, maybe?
Or
reassurance. If it's like advocacy, support, and knowledge,
That's good.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, support, yeah.
I'm just bouncing this stuff out there, guys. You guys don't take it
All
all
great ideas.
No, I like advocacy.
And then we have a whole slew of other things right here, while promoting, providing, and protecting. That's all very good.
Yes, indeed.
So if we are all in one accord of this is awesome. We can bring this to a vote right now. And we have it. So I got a motion, if there's nothing else.
I motion to pass the mission statement.
All right, Commissioner Smith motions. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Pozos second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None opposed. All right. That's our mission statement. Michigan City's Youth Leadership Commission's purpose is to empower our local youth through advocacy, support, and knowledge while promoting, providing, and protecting the innocence of the youth.
Yes, sir.
We hereby stand.
Congratulations.
I like that.
Okay, moving on, if there's anything else. No, and then our slogan. We are MCYL.
That's it.
All right, if there's anything else, is there anything else adding or subtracting from that?
Don't
No
forget
good?
color psychology, guys. Yeah.
All right, so we're full send on that. And then nitty-gritty details with it that we can work out all together. Okay, so new business, collaborations. So we have, like I said here, we have State Farm agent Andrew Mitchell, because we. Hey. So, like I said, we have some stuff. He's very engrossed if that can be used in the community. Really, I can give you a couple minutes so you can kind of say who you are and what you do.
Sure, yeah. So, obviously my primary job is insurance, that's what I do. But when Nate approached me and told me what you guys were doing, I always want to be involved with Michigan City and what we have going on, so I thought it was a good idea. One of the clubs I belong to is Exchange Club, so I thought this might be something that you might be able to bring to them and approach with them for some sort of assistance, fundraising, support in some way, shape, or form to help you guys. So that's the function of me being here today, is to kind of observe, see what's going on, get a little more clear picture of what you guys will be doing for the youth. I like the mission statement. The next question that I have is how. Okay, so you have a pool of money. What are we doing with that money? How are we going to support everybody? What's the function? So once that picture is drawn clear enough for, like she said, the layman to understand, then we can bring it forth to some groups and see how they can help us support. So, and I have happy to be involved with you guys and happy to throw some ideas around and listen and try to raise some funds with you.
Great.
So.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, any questions for Mr. Mitchell?
Can you tell me what the Exchange Club's about?
Yeah, with the Exchange Clubs, it's a nationwide group, okay, and it's a not-for-profit that essentially helps with the youth of each community that they're involved in. So we do a lot for the youth in Michigan City, as well as Veterans Affairs and such like that. So, and how they get involved will be dependent upon each thing that they're involved in. So what we would do is take this to Mike Kopek, who's now the president, see if this is something that Nate can come to one of our meetings and present, what it is that the Youth Commission's existence is for, in a manner so they can see if it's something they can get behind financially. And then a lot of times what we'll do is help with some sort of fundraiser, for instance, ringing the bell for Salvation Army, that kind of stuff. And so that's really what the Exchange Club is about. Now, from a business standpoint, on a smaller level, I also am willing to help with certain little fundraiser type things. I mean, for the Humane Society, we're about to approach them actually next week on Quotes for Good, where I give them a card and I give them a stack of cards, and somebody who gets that card, gets a quote, brings it into my office, and I donate $10. So those types of things exist within my own resources as well. Not to say that the idea is to get a volume of those things, but I'm pretty confident through both of those things we can make something work to try to draw some funds for you guys. So, any other questions?
In terms of other fundraisers and things like that, what ideas could you give us as a new commission to maybe start off? Because we're doing like you heard, maybe a give back night, this disco party things. What other ideas could you give us?
Give back nights are pretty popular within Michigan City as far as it goes. I mean, that's a lot of the restaurant establishments like to do the give back nights. Exchange Club does give back night with Galveston, with Hollies, with a lot of the locals. So I'm not sure how burnt out they are. And now, were you guys talking about a give back at McDonald's? Is that what that was?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. That's what I thought. I couldn't quite pick that up, but yeah. As far as other types of fundraising events, I mean, the disco is a pretty unique one. That one is a pretty unique event. Things like golf outings in the summertime that are coming up are a big thing for people that have money to donate. That's one where generally you get a little more bang for your buck. It costs a little bit to do, but I've run probably at least 15 golf outings in the course of my careers. Those are, I mean, they're old hat. That's something that is not unique or new, but it definitely draws funds, and it draws them pretty quick and easy. So, and then I'd have to probably sit and stew on it and ask some of the fellow exchange-ites what it is that they would think a good fundraiser would be, because they've been doing them for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, a long time.
And to add to that, like golf outings draws that older crowd, if you will.
Crowd with the pocketbooks.
With a crowd with the pocketbooks.
Basically.
But again, you do have to, you have to have some literature or something that explains the how.
The how.
Once you have the pool of money, how are we going to support, advocate, and instill knowledge for the kids? Who's coming to you to ask for that knowledge, and what avenue are they coming to you? How do they know they need you? And what resources are you going to expose to help them? How are you going to help them? What help can you give them, and how do they know they need it? Those are the big questions that when Nate came to me originally, that's the question I have. So okay, fast forward a couple of years and you have a bank account with $50,000, and how is that $50,000 being used?
So basically, you need those answers from us before you can.
Not that I specifically need them, but it's going to help you in fundraising.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, why am I breaking my checkbook out?
Exactly.
Everybody wants to help the youth. How are we going to help them? What are we doing to help?
Sure. All right.
So what resources are you guys going to give to them or expose to them? Like one thing, Nate, that you had told me was part of the vision is to help them to resources that are already established. If they need guidance towards something, you can help guide them towards that. Okay, good. Let's expound upon that and give me a little more how does it lay out? Give me a clear-cut example of there's a kid in the guidance counselor's office, and he or she needs some sort of guidance towards some resource that Michigan City offers. Is that when they contact you, you step in and help facilitate that transaction?
Right.
How does it go?
And so I'm glad that you mentioned that, because we will be meeting with Chip, right? Chip Cotman, right? So we will be he will be coming in with his partner, Mr. Callahan, and so Chip Cotman is the director of the youth services, juvenile services, JDI, yeah, with the county, and so that's kind of
co-chairs the JDI program.
Right, and that's kind of a good example of how, because partnering with them, because when I met with them, they just had so much that's already in place. They couldn't even tell me all of it because there's so much, and that's a way that we can kind of help them facilitate, like you said, and they brought up a lot of good ideas, doing not Q&As, but different groups and stuff like that. They have it all in their heads and what they want. But anyway, that's kind of like a good example of one of the partnerships or the collaborations, which stuff's already in place. We don't want to reinvent it. We just want to, what they say, don't reinvent the wheel. Just make it go faster, I guess.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to add, Dr. Mitchell?
No, yeah, I wish I was a doctor. No, I'm happy to always be a resource and always vet things that you guys come up with for truancy, see if it'll work, see if it won't work, and help raise funds. I think that's probably what any organization needs is the funds to actually exist and do something with. And so, once you guys get a verbal handle on how exactly you're going to implement what you're going to implement with the funds, then we can go to exchange. I think we'll make that call to Mike Kopech here. I can't go tomorrow, but I can call whenever and see if it's something you can get in front of, as a representative, get in front of them and see if it's something that they're interested in getting involved with at some level. So, okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule. So, hopefully that was clear. It was good,
Mhm.
good
Yeah.
stuff. Good stuff. So kind of his how is to what Sam Lebesnick's forming
Mm-hmm.
was, if you will. You remember that? Yeah, storming, norming, and forming, or something like that. So, awesome. Okay, so we are going to be moving on. Any public comments, or is there anything, before that, is there anything more we want to add to anything that was stated today? And then we can kind of fill you in after the meeting on what we kind of...
course.
All right. So if there's nothing else, any public comments? Any public comments? There being none, any commissioner comments?
Oh, in regards to what you said, Mr. Mitchell, Commissioner Reynolds, she mentioned to me before school was out because she couldn't be here, she said that with our mission statement that there should be, like, we should be answering how we can do this, because when she was reading it, because I was like telling her like what I wrote so far, like what we all put together, she was like, you guys need to put the how to, because of course you can do these things, but like how are you doing it, because you want to still bring in these people and so they can get a more like deeper understanding into how it's all being executed and stuff like that. So I do agree with the how point as well. And I like how you said, how do they know they need you? Because a lot of people don't know we're still here, and they're still like, oh, like you have something as like a commission where the youth can go. So I still think we need to be really out with that, like tell everyone, like cousins, everyone.
Yeah, because you're still in your infancy. You guys haven't existed a full year yet, so. Okay, we're,
All right. Is there anything else?
Well, when it comes to the video, are we going to do that this week?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We can talk about it. All right, there being nothing else, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Commissioner Smith, can I get a second?
I say.
Commissioner Lane seconds that. We are officially adjourned.